All right. So, back after a while, a little update to the Utah killer bug. So, I've tied a couple of these. I've had some pretty good success with them. Mostly, I just want them a little bit heavier. So, I've got these beads on here. This is size 12 hook, barbless. And, yeah, I mean, it's super simple. I'm just going to use some cheap, I don't know, thread for like sewing, this green thread. Because I am not very good, I am much less likely to break this whilst tying. All right, as you see, we'll go nice and slow because I'm slow. Get rid of that. So, as you can tell, the bead is, I don't know, bumping around. That's just fine. We'll lock it in there in a little bit. So you could add some lead wrapping behind that head to help if you wanted. I don't know if I need it. And my goal is to basically do a hopper dropper with this, so I don't want it to be super heavy and pull that hopper underwater. So I'm take my yarn. Sounds like there's some partying going on upstairs, which I totally appreciate. All right. So the cool thing about this fly is that it doesn't have to be super like gorgeous. Right? We'll tie that in, and then I'm going to tie some brass in as well. And this is the biggest change I think that I've made to the OG version. And I like it because it just, well, two reasons. It, tie that on the near side. And then we'll just wrap it in nice and tight. But anyway, I like it because it looks good, right? It looks more segmented and stuff. But it also, I think it gives you some durability there. So I'm just going to build up this head a little bit behind the bead to kind of hold that bead as close to the eye as possible. Not super important, but that's where we're at. Okay. So you have your strong yarn, sorry. So we're going to go one way with the yarn and the other way with the ribbing. So, right, this isn't like the best. I should have tied that farther back, but we're going to be just fine. So, if you keep this yarn twisted, it already starts to segment the fly a little bit, which is cool. So, like I said, this is a super easy fly to tie. My fingers are probably in the way, but I mean, seriously, if you wanted better content, you'd go somewhere else. So, I'm just going to lock this sucker in here real quick. I'll probably do it. I'm going to give it one more, though, because I want to. So I keep drawing that down there just so it doesn't spin. I don't have much equipment, so I use the desk. Trim that off. And build the head up a little bit and just kind of tie that the rest of the way in. Lock that sucker in there. Right? So, I went that way, right? Did I go that way? Well, I think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to go the other way with this ribbing. We're going to not, you know, we don't want them to touch. I'll probably watch this later and realize I just did the same thing, but or went the same way, but whatever. Honestly, it's a fly. It'll last for a little bit. I'll probably lose it in a tree, so I'm not super worried about it, really. Okay, so we're right up to the, behind the head, right? Wire's kind of cool because it'll hold itself where it needs to be. I don't know, 3 or 4 wraps should tie it right in there. Pretty good. So use your different scissors, not your normal scissors for this. I only have one set, but whatever. And that's really about all she wrote. I'm just going to tie that down there. Tie the wire down so it doesn't break anything. And then a quick whip finish. That's all you need to do. I'd say quick and then do it slowly, but that's what we got. That's that. I'm going to throw a tiny bit of head cement on there, mostly because I don't trust my own knots. Just your run-of-the-mill UV cement. Set it real quick. Oh, do a little cut there because that was really shitty. Anyway, that's where we're at. Again, Utah killer bug variation. Probably looking at my crotch now. You're welcome.